Thanks, sir. Member Cooper is absent. Member Mapes. Member Troutman.
Present.
Member Keys.
Present.
Member Scott.
Present.
Member Manson is absent. Member Collier.
Present.
And Member Wilson is absent. We do have a quorum, sir. To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Personal appearances, Director? Have none. Move on to consent agenda, approval of minutes from January 28th meeting. Do I have a first?
Chairman,
Yes. Steve?
I approve the consent agenda minutes from January 28th, 2025. Make a motion, sorry. Not used to this seat, sir.
Having a first, do I have a second?
Yeah, I'll second that.
All right, thank you. I will ask Mr. Brennan to do a recreation report.
Thank you, sir. Park Chair, members of the board, I have provided a written report, but I did want to highlight a few items. First being on February 13th, we held a Galentine's Day book fair. This is the first year that we offered that program. This was in place of, we used to hold a family or a father's daughter dance. We saw participation in that over the years decrease, so we challenged Cecilia and our staff to come up with a new event and program in that place. With this being the first year, we were kind of hoping, our goal was around 20 to 25 participants. Day of, we had 57 people show up for that event. We had 10 vendor booths, so it was a really cool showing. We had really good turnout and a lot of positive reaction to that event. Our next upcoming event is the Spring Craft Show that'll be held at the Raymore Activity Center on March 8th, and that is currently full from a vendor booth standpoint. If you remember, back in November, we had our Holiday Craft Fair. That was the first time that we've held this event and opened up into the entirety of the Raymore Activity Center with the expansion. We had 87 vendors, and then in the spring, we were looking at around 98 vendors on March 8th. And then finally, our basketball season concluded, but as you know, athletics doesn't really stop, so Nick is hard at work preparing for the spring athletic season. His soccer coaches meeting will be held tomorrow. I will say that those registration numbers that are provided in the report actually had to be given before our deadlines. So those numbers are actually lower than what the actual registration numbers are. I did want to highlight volleyball. That is a program that keeps getting bigger and bigger. Last spring we had 155 children registered. This year we have 195. And I've challenged Nick to see if he could get 5 more because 200 sounds really good. So with that, that concludes my report, and I'd be happy to answer any questions.
Any questions? Thank you.
Okay, I'll ask Mr. Rulo to give a parks report.
Sorry, there is not a written report in there. To be honest with you, I'm not sure why I did not do that. I've been out for a little while, but anyway, I do have a few things to let you guys know. The park guys have been spent some time down at the rack, been doing some touch-up painting down there, and adapting some of our new volleyball stands with score holders. I think that's what you'd call them. The maintenance department, we've received our new mower, and the RTV is expected to be here this Friday. That should be all the equipment that we're getting for this year. The guys have been out with the nice weather finally, have installed all the soccer nets on the practice soccer fields, so we've not added the nets to the game fields yet. It just keeps people off of them for a little bit longer. And we started dismantling the ice rink this week. It does take a few days to do. We have to melt the ice, and today was a big day, but all the pads are gone. Most of it will be done tomorrow, but by the end of the week should be done. With that, I'll take any questions.
Any questions for the supervisor? All right. Moving on.
Nope,
To
my
the
part.
director.
Yep, that's okay. So I've also submitted a written report, just a couple things. Last week, Cecilia and our communications assistant, Alex Garcia, both attended the Missouri Parks and Recreation Conference in Branson. They were able to go down, and despite the weather, myself and Todd and Steve stayed back. Steve had surgery, but Todd and I stayed back for an event, and the weather canceled those events. And so made for a very eventful day today at Centerview, as we had two luncheons. The Chamber of Commerce and then Edward Jones both hosted luncheons at Centerview. So we got to kind of showcase the versatility of the facility. And then also we had Senator Alford had rented Centerview to do an event that would have been televised by PBS during that snow event. It got canceled, and they're supposed to call and reschedule. I don't know if that has been done yet, but just to let you guys know, I mean, our facilities are well used and proving time in and time out the flexibility and the value that they provide for us. So outside of that, business as usual, a lot of projects coming out. The next month, you will see a couple of contract recommendations for uniform orders for like our sports uniforms and our staffing uniforms. Fertilizer for the grounds and maintenance should be coming out soon. And we also have design contracts and just construction contracts headed our way in the next 2 months. So got a busy next couple months as far as a park board and recommendation of contracts. So with that, happy to answer any questions, but that concludes staff reports.
Any questions for Mr. Mustine? Okay. I'm not seeing any unfinished business. Move on to new business for policy approval. Director, if you want to.
Thank you, sir. I actually am going to ask Mr. Brennan to present the policy approval for the video marquee signage policy.
Thank you, sir. Members of the board, we are presenting the video marquee signage policy for approval. If you may remember, we presented this to you during a work session last month for review and discussion. With that, I'd be happy to answer any questions.
Any questions?
Chairman,
Yes, sir.
I make a motion that we approve the video marquee signage policy as written.
Okay, I'm hearing a first motion. Do I hear a second motion for the approval of the marquee?
Yes, I'll second that.
Okay. With 2-4, let's go ahead and take a vote. All those in favor? I see 5 in favor, none against, 3 absent. Then the comprehensive plan for B under new business.
Yes, sir. So tonight before you is the presentation of the Parks Master Plan, which is Chapter 5 of our comprehensive plan. This is the first step in a city's approval process of the overall comprehensive plan. The board has seen this on several occasions during work session. It's been a couple months since you've seen it in its entirety or its final form that is here tonight. No changes have been made other than the addition of Park Board Member Wilson, who was added since the last time you've seen that. And tonight, one of the things we want to make sure is noted is the fact that this is a chapter within the overall comprehensive plan. Although it does function independently as our Parks Master Plan, it does flow with the overall comprehensive plan. There's some continuity in all of the chapters within the plan. It can be pulled aside and work independently, but it fits nicely within the overall plan, which is what the overall design was when we started this project. Behind me tonight is Development Services Director David Gress and City Planner David McCumber. They are both intricate in terms of writing this plan, moving it forward through P&Z and the City Council. So with passage of this, if that is what the Park Board desires, we will pass by resolution to accept this as the official Parks and Recreation Master Plan. That'll function for the next 20 years. And also that resolution recommends it be included as Chapter 5 of the comprehensive plan. So it's a 1-2 punch on this particular one. The next step will go, the City Council will review one more piece of their comprehensive plan in work session, and then it'll go through the P&Z and on to City Council for final adoption. I'm happy to answer any questions. I know the board has seen this over and over, and we are really excited to be able to have a full-out master plan. It's been 2007 since the department had a strategic plan independent of anything else. So this is a long time coming. We've had a lot of changes. This includes a lot of the bond projects that we've been doing, and is a great document to allow us to look forward and move forward in the future. It guides us on the decisions we're going to make and the reasons why we make some of those decisions. So with that, I'm happy to answer any questions. When the chair is ready, I will read the title of the resolution and do a roll call vote for that.
Are there any questions before we have the resolution?
Okay, with your permission, we will, by title only, Resolution PK 2501, a resolution of the Parks and Recreation Board of the City of Raymore, Missouri, adopting the Parks and Recreation Master Plan and recommending the plan to the City Council of the City of Raymore. And as stated, that is Chapter 5, that it independent as a master plan, and then recommending to include it in the overall master plan. With a roll call, Member Collier.
Aye.
Member Cooper, absent. Member Keys.
Aye.
Member Manson, absent. Member Mapes.
Aye.
Member Scott.
Aye.
Member Troutman.
Aye.
And Member Wilson is absent. So with that, we do have a approval of resolution and acceptance of our Parks Master Plan. And with that, that concludes this item of action. Thank you, sir.
Excellent. Not seeing any public comment, so move on to board comment. Dan, I'll start with you.
Yeah, I just had one comment. You know, this master plan is really nice, and I read through it, and it really sets us on a path for the next 20 years. So just real excited that we have such a nice path forward here at the Parks Department. Thanks.
Thank you. Steve?
Thanks for saying that, Dan. I agree 100% with that. This is something we've been waiting for a long time. It gives us an easier path to move forward. So the other thing I want to mention is in the last couple of weeks, I've spent a lot of time at the RAC and at Centerview. And if you haven't spent a lot of time there, it's amazing how much stuff they go through constantly. And you see the parks workers helping with it, and Greta and her team getting reservations. You don't really understand it until you sit around and you see it moving. I happen to be helping, not because of need at the Galentine's Day event and how many people were excited about Centerview and how well it went. So I appreciate all the work you guys do, because until you step in those shoes, you really don't see how much work is going on both at Centerview, the RAC, in the parks and so forth. So I appreciate all of you. Thanks.
Thanks, Steve. Chris?
I don't have a comment.
Josh?
I'm excited about the master plan as well. This gives us a vision going forward. I know it's gonna be a lot of work, there's a lot of details, and it's gonna cost, there's a lot of cost to this, so I'm excited about it in the future. And then, I also went around to a lot of the parks today, and they're getting a lot of use, so everything's looking good. And, yeah, it's gonna be popular this spring, I bet. That's all I got.
Thank you. Just want to reiterate, I don't want to keep going over it, but very excited that we can finally put in the master plan there for the next 20 years, get it moving forward. Excited for all of that, and hopefully all the cold weather and all of Steve's guys don't have to be helping out with that anymore with the snow and all of that. So other than that, I'll ask if there's a motion for adjournment.
Chairman, I motion that we adjourn.
I'll second that.
With that, we have adjournment. All right, all those in favor of adjournment? 5-4, none against, 3 absent.